Bubble Busters!
My name is Hillary. I married my husband Mark 12 years ago, and it was normal for women to quit their jobs and become housewives. So that's what I did too. We started to live with his parents right after getting married, and 2 years in my stepmother fell sick, and so for 10 years I've been nursing my stepmother. At first, my stepfather helped out nursing her, but a few years back, because he was much older, he lost his battle to old age. Mark said he was too busy with work, so he rarely came home or even helped, so I alone looked after my stepmother. Until today, that all ended. My stepmother was doing fine in the morning, but in the afternoon, her chronic disease worsened, and when we got to the hospital, she already passed away. I couldn't even say goodbye or thank her. I had lost my own parents very young, so my step-parents were like real parents, and I felt really depressed. Mark wouldn't come home even at times like these, and I couldn't help myself and contacted him. Hey, Mark, where are you? Your mother's funeral is tomorrow. At least come say goodbye to her.
Hey, Hillary, could you pack your things up?
Huh? Do you mean to get ready for the funeral?
No, I'm going to start using that house to live with my family, so you need to get out now.
What do you mean? I thought I was your family.
Yeah, no, I never thought of you like that. I actually have a beautiful woman and a child. The child's almost school-aged, and before she realizes, I need to divorce you and become family with them.
Anger at 30%. A child almost school-aged? So while I nursed your parents, you were out having an affair.
Well, from your perspective, yeah, but for me, they're my real family. You were doing such a great job, I couldn't find the right timing to ask you for a divorce.
Don't lie to me. You didn't divorce me because I would nurse your parents, and you didn't want to lose that, right?
Actually, yeah, because who would be more suited to nurse my mother, right? My girlfriend is busy raising a child, and sending my mother to a nursing home would be expensive.
Did you not think to care of her by yourself?
I'm too stubborn. And besides, I didn't want to break my back like you did, because I wouldn't be able to work. I know I'm the one at fault here, so let's have a divorce.
Anger at 60%. Are you serious? Why are you so honest now? Are you kidding me? How could a child like you be raised by amazing parents like them?
Say whatever you want. I am who I am. I'm not going to love you again. I love my girlfriend and child. I'll pay you the alimony too, so could you please leave? I was going to inherit that house anyways.
Oh yeah, we need to talk about inheritance, huh? I'll need to talk to the lawyer who your mother contacted.
Oh, she has a lawyer. That'll make things simple then. Fine. You can leave once all of those small details are taken care of. I have some sympathy for you, just so you know.
Why don't you think about taking care of that on your own? Why don't you do your work a little?
You know I'm not good with laws and paperwork, right?
Marrying a person like you was the biggest mistake I made. Fine, I agree about the divorce. I don't want to take care of a person like you.
Thanks for your cooperation. Let's talk about this in a week, because the relatives would worry about me if we get a divorce too fast.
Whatever. Anger at 90%. A few days after my stepmother's funeral, all the relatives joined together. It was my stepmother's will that when her will was read, all of the relatives would be gathered in one spot to avoid any miscommunication. Then the lawyer my stepmother had started to read her will.
I will read the will now. Hello, everyone. Thank you for gathering today.
So, I will write here how my inheritance will be shared. It isn't much, but please do not make a fuss over this. First, my only son, Mark, will inherit $120,000. And I don't know the name of my grandchild, but we'll leave $3,000 for her. The relatives all began to chatter. Everyone knew that Mark and I didn't have a child, which meant that the grandson was a child of Mark's who was kept hidden. Huh? But Mrs. Hillary nursed your mother, right? So you were out having an affair while she did that?
You're horrible!
It makes sense why you weren't here at family gatherings then.
Why did my mother know about that? And the inheritance is too small. I'm the only child. Who took most of it then?
Mark's face was bright red, taking in all the bad looks from his relatives. Some of you may be surprised about the grandson. My son Mark was having an affair. All the while, Mrs. Hillary took great care of me. Mark, did you think that me and Mrs. Hillary did not know about what you were doing? In all honesty, I don't want to leave a penny for you, but the law states otherwise. If you have this much money, you should be able to pay back all the money you borrowed to spend for your girlfriend and new wife, right?
How does she know about my loans, too?
You should pay off those loans to raise your child, so I'll give you just enough to pay those back. As for you, Mrs. Hillary, thank you for coming into this family. It has honestly been amazing to spend time with you from day one. It was like having my own daughter. I remember the day you brought me and my husband down to the stadium to watch baseball. I know you didn't have any interest in baseball, but you would support my body in the evening just so I could watch it on TV. There isn't enough words that I can give to you.
Stepmom!
For you, I'll leave $100,000 and the house as well. As for the house, you can live in it or take it all down. We do not care, but if you could never forget all the time we spent together, that will be all I ever need. Everyone, thank you for loving us. That is all. Once the lawyer was done reading the will, I could hear sniffles coming from the other relatives. I couldn't help but cry as well. However, Mark was screaming at the top of his lungs.
I can't believe this! That will must be a fake, you dirty lawyer! Well, sir, that isn't the case. Hillary is my wife! Why would we get almost the same inheritance? I don't know how much the house is worth, but I'm sure it's a lot more than what I got, right?
Anger at 100%. Me and my stepmother had had enough with you. Trouble buster. Hey, Mark. It said we both knew what you were up to, right? Your mother's body may have been weak, but she thought about this a lot more than anyone here. And that is summarized in that will.
Yeah, but it sounded like you didn't know a while ago. And how did you know about my child and loan?
Because I was so busy nursing your mother, I didn't care about you. But your mother had suspicions when he started to not go home, so she hired a detective.
Seriously?
And about the inheritance, you may be angry about inequality, but your mother adopted me in your family, so I am a family member.
Huh?
So lawfully, I get to have my share of inheritance. We're on the same page, so it's fair we get the same amount of inheritance.
What? I don't accept this! How could this be?
I could care less. This was between your mother and me, which means I don't need any approval from you.
What? Stop messing around! You teamed up with my mother to bring me down, huh? You're so low!
And you told me you want a divorce, right? Because you were going to live with your new wife and child. I don't really care what you do, but I'm going to request a lot of alimony, like you said I can.
I was going to pay off my loans with my inheritance and sell the house for a new one. Now I'll be able to pay back my loans, but have nothing left.
You said to leave the house, right? Now it's my turn. Get out of my house! Mark collapsed on the floor and didn't move a muscle. All the other relatives started to cry and...
Good for you, Hillary. You were like mother and daughter.
If you need anything, let us know, okay? They were so supportive. I think in order to get the relatives on my side, my stepmother brought everyone together and made the lawyer read the will in front of them. On the other hand, Mark lost all support from the other relatives, and they basically cut ties with him. Afterwards, we had our divorce. When we got divorced, Mark thought my legal adoption with his family will be gone as well, and this was told to him by his next wife. So we strongly argued for a divorce in court, but everyone in the court denied his accusation and he looked so stupid. So Mark ended up using the inheritance to pay back the loans and my alimony. And because he didn't have any savings, he was basically broke. He did end up marrying his new wife, but who knows how he's living. As for me, I live peacefully in the house that I inherited, along with their dog. My stepfather left his camera for me as well, so I began taking pictures as a hobby too. I've gotten a little better, and I've begun to make money as an amateur cameraman. But all that money is basically gone since I have to pay property taxes. But I hope to one day go back to the workplace with this money. Trouble busters.
Bubble Busters!
I'm June, and I'm just a typical worker. I recently gave birth to a baby boy, and am currently on maternity leave. I'm going through the process of having a divorce with my ex-husband, David. You might think, why are they having a divorce when they just had their baby? I still remember that day. It was the day of my birth. I was going to have a planned birth, so I knew the day I was going to have my baby, and so I stayed in the hospital a week beforehand. In the meantime, not once did my ex-husband David come and see me. I contacted him on why he was coming too. Hey, David, it's your off day today, right? I want to see your face or something.
Haha, no, my face isn't that funny, right?
That's not what I meant. It's almost the day of our child's birth. I wanted to see you, you know? The other mom's husbands come daily, you know?
But I don't have anything to do there. Your mother is staying at a hotel close by, right? That should be enough.
Well, Bud,
Hey, I'm out drinking today. I'll contact you later.
you out drinking? It's Sunday at 11 a.m.
What do you want? You get to sleep in the hospital all day, right? I have to work every day. Let me go out to drink. I'll see you later, okay?
Hey, wait up! Anger meter, 30%. Honestly, I kind of thought that he was not a great person, but I assumed he would change when he saw the baby. But I know now, he would not change a bit. So the day came, and not once did he show up before this day, but he called off of work to come see me.
Hey, June, how have you been?
I haven't seen your face in a week.
Don't be so glum. Hey, is the kid here yet?
Were you not listening at all? They explained to you the schedule, right? They gave me the first dose of anesthesia. I'll be prepped for a while, and in 2.5 hours the process will begin.
What? It takes that long? That's so boring.
Hey, where are you going?
I'm going out. I have 2 hours, right? Oh, you can just contact me when you're done.
What? Are you serious?
You're under anesthesia, right? You're just sleeping there. And why would you need that in the first place? You're so weak. Are you not embarrassed? You don't have enough love towards your kid. That's why you chose that, right?
Enough already! She isn't just sleeping. Even under anesthesia, the mother has to try so much for the child to come.
She'll be fine. She's strong. All right, June. Good luck.
Anger meter, 60%. David really did go outside. And even when I contacted him, he wouldn't respond. So I gave birth to my child with my mother. Thankfully, the baby came out very healthy and was crying very strongly right from birth. My mother and I were so happy we completely forgot about David. The next day, my parents and step-parents came to see the baby, but David wasn't there and was ignoring all of my messages as well. My step-parents rushed to look for him and found him sleeping in our house.
Sorry. I was out yesterday and met my friends, right? And we were out drinking all night, so I passed out. So, where's the baby? Is it my kid?
He came back along with his step-parents who were laughing alongside him, saying that he was very clumsy. Looking at this, all my memories with him flashed before my eyes. When I had morning sickness and couldn't stand the smell of anything, David sat there and ate a giant plate of garlic fried rice. He took pictures of me with a big belly, telling me I looked like a pig. I refused to do it with him at night because it would be bad for the baby, and he yelled at me and didn't come back home for days. I never forgot any of these. Anger meter, 90%. Yup, I couldn't raise a child with him. I'll raise the baby by myself. I was working a full-time job. My boss was a man but had kids as well, so he knew what I was going through. My parents lived close by. Neither of them worked and were healthy for their age, and my love for David had dried up. After I made my decision, I secretly met with my lawyer to move the process forward, as well as talk to my parents and boss about all of this. No surprise, but David did nothing to help with the baby. And even when the baby cried, he would tell me the baby was crying. Of course I knew that. I told him to play with the baby a little, but he said he'll do so once he's older and can play catch. If he plays with him now, I'll be bored. Playing catch and talking with the baby. How far in the future will that be? I'm so tired of keeping up with him. I just want to have a divorce and get away from him. Then one day, this happened. While I was home taking care of the baby, his parents called me and said that he was in an ambulance after getting into a car accident. I didn't care at all, but because we weren't divorced yet, I left the baby with my parents and headed to the hospital to see him. Anger meter 100%. He's caused me trouble even to the end. I'll trouble bust him. Your parents called me, so here I am.
Oh, June. I'm glad I got to see you in the end.
What do you mean in the end? Your leg is just broken, right?
Is that the attitude you take to your injured husband?
I heard everything from the doctor. You were drunk and sleeping in the parking lot and got run over by a car trying to park, right? The driver called right after he ran over you, so we're fine. But what were you thinking? You were so drunk that you didn't wake up even with a broken leg and woke up in that bed, right? Are you crazy?
Yeah, I'm amazing, right?
You're a victim, yeah, but I'm so embarrassed by you. He only had a broken leg. He just needed a very light surgery to fix the bones in place, and he could leave the hospital with crutches. No lasting injuries. Thank God he had luck, though. The doctor in charge so happened to have an empty slot the next day, so he quickly had a surgery. I came back the next day. Hey, David, you okay?
Of course I'm not! It hurt so bad I couldn't sleep!
Oh, well, I slept just fine. Wait, when is your surgery? Is it done yet?
You were there for the explanation, right? They're going to prep me, so I'll have the surgery in a few hours.
God, why are you so slow? This is so boring.
Hey, where are you going?
I have a few hours, right? I'll go out then. Or even better, message me when you're done, okay?
What?
You'll be sleeping, right? It won't hurt. You just have to lay there.
Hey!
Wait, you're going under, right? Who does that for surgery nowadays? It's because you don't have enough love for your leg you do that. Are you not embarrassed?
What? What do you think will happen for a surgery without anesthesia? Even now it still hurts a lot.
Yeah, you'd think that too, right? I thought so too.
Huh?
You said the exact same thing to me when I was giving birth. Didn't forget it, you know.
What?
You thought, why would I go out when I have a surgery, right? It's normal to use anesthesia for these things, right? If love means getting hurt by birth, then what about the dad, huh? You don't have love then, right? You wouldn't have a response to that. Oh, right. I forgot because I was so angry. Could you write your name here? Because you still have time.
What is this?
Divorce papers.
What? You aren't serious right now, June? Quit it!
I'm dead serious. I knew you would run away if you could, so I wanted an opportunity where you couldn't physically run away. You don't help around the house, and you get drunk and sleep in the parking lot, get run over, and cause trouble for other people. How horrible.
I can't hear anything!
I can't put up with you anymore. Please divorce me. I'll keep paying for the house loans. You can keep your car. That was yours to begin with.
Will you forgive me if I apologize?
Of course not. If you want to talk about our property or childcare, I have a lawyer, so let's settle this in court.
Why is this happening? I have a surgery and I'm so anxious. Why now?
I thought the same thing when I was giving birth. I was so worried, but you went out and hung out with your friends. Sign this, and once you wake up from your surgery, I'll be gone from your life. I thought marriage meant always having someone by your side. We needed to work together to do that. But you did nothing. Do you understand what you needed to do? I don't care. We're not married anymore. Hurry up and sign it. I want to submit it today.
June, is this really our last day?
He watered his eyes and begged, but I didn't budge and stared at him coldly. No, I'll need to talk about alimony and child support, so we'll talk alongside my lawyer next time. He stared at me and sat there, but in the end, signed the papers and pushed the stamps as well. I took the papers, left the hospital, and went straight to submit the papers, and we were finally divorced. A few days later, His parents contact me saying, "You hurt my child's heart in times of crisis.
He cried saying he lost his wife and child.
If you are going to divorce him, I'll request alimony from you." They seemed very angry, so I said, sure. I told David that he was worried about the divorce. We can talk about it via our lawyers. I'll see you guys in court. And they quickly stopped contacting me. If he really didn't want to be separated from the child, he would fight me in court. He never did that, so I knew he never really wanted to take care of a baby. I waited for him to recover from the surgery and got advice from my lawyer about how to request for childcare. David said it was too expensive, so I asked if he would take care of the baby and I'll pay the money. He gave up. Because I was able to put my child in the hands of my parents in preschool, I got back to working very quickly. My baby is growing up so fast, and my parents adore him. This is a lot better for him, instead of having a father who has no interest in raising him. Trouble Busters.